Hi ladies, let me just make sure that you can see me. Hello, so I've got Renee with me. I'll say hello. She's woken up, so I just thought I'd go live and say hi. Can you wave? Not yet. So yeah, she just woke up just as I was about to go live, so I just thought let's just get it done while she's happy. And I can answer all of your sales and coaching questions. So I've got quite a long list here. So there's a couple that I picked out, which are quite common questions that I get asked. And so I thought I'd address these ones. But if there are any more that you have as we're going, please do let me know. I've got a really bad cold today, so hi Tony. I've got a really bad cold today, so do forgive me if I'm coughing and choking and spluttering and talking like I've got something stuck on my nose, because I have. Okay, so the first question that we've got is, how do I keep the flow of clients? I feel sometimes like I'm constantly promoting and no one is buying. So there are a few different things that we need to think about when we're thinking about attracting the clients that we want in our business. And the first one is really fully understanding who they are and what they want, understanding the language that they use, understanding where they go when they're looking for support with what it is that you do. She's talking to me now. Understanding the buying habits that they have, like what is the process that they go through when they're looking for support with someone like you. Do they even know that they need support from you, or is it something that you need to guide them with? So firstly, we really need to understand the process that they follow when they're looking for support with the transformation that you're going to take them through. And then really understanding what is the transformation that you're going to take them through. So where are they when they first find you, or where are they when they first have a need for that with that problem? And what's the transformation that they're going to go through whilst working with you, and what are the outcomes going to be? So we need to be fully clear on exactly that, like what is it that they're going through, what's the journey that they're going through, and what's the buying journey before they even come to you. So you need to be really clear on that. There are a few ways that you can get really clear on that. The first one is by asking, doing some research, like putting out questionnaires. You'll always see me asking questions, and that, you know, that's how I'm doing this live, because I've asked you the questions on what it is that you need help with, and that's how I'm able to answer them, provide support for that. There's always going to be an invitation to buy from me throughout everything that I do. And so you just need to be really clear on what is it that they need help with, how are they looking for that help, what's the journey they're going through, what's the outcome they're going to get, and then what is the sale at the end of that. Hi Nicola. So I hope that answered your question. If it's not clear, please do ask any more questions below, and I'll come back and answer them later. So if anybody has any questions about sales and mindset whilst we're on, please do pop them below and I'll answer them at the end. I've just got a few questions that I'm answering as we go through. The next question is, how do I position myself so that my ideal clients will find me? This is a great question to follow on with. So as you all know, we're in a Facebook group, so I love Facebook groups. And the reason for that is because everybody is building online communities. Sorry. So communities is the way that we're going forward. Whether that's a community on an email address, whether that's a community on Instagram, or whether it's a community in a Facebook group. Personally, I think a Facebook group is the best place to build a community. So I always recommend doing that. So there's a few different things, and I just spoke about this in our membership group this morning, is the keywords. So as you know, in our title, it has been changed a few times, but that's because we're really clear on the keywords that we need in there. So you can see that we've got female entrepreneurs in the title of the group, and that's because when people are looking for support, or when people want to join a community with female entrepreneurs, that's what they're going to search in the Facebook search engine bar thing. And so we're going to come up then in that search. So you need to be really clear on the keywords that your ideal client are using when they're searching for support with someone like you. So that's one way that you can position yourself. Another way is Pinterest is a great one, and that's another one with your keywords. So how I use Pinterest, and we've got some Pinterest resources coming in the masterclass, in the membership, is I write blog posts, and then I'll put graphics on Pinterest for people to find me through them blog posts. I write blog posts based on the questions that I'm being asked, and what people are telling me that they need help with. So in a similar way that I ask questions to be able to do this live and provide support for you, I ask questions when people join the group, and then I've wrote blogs about them. So I might use this content and write a blog with it, and then I'll send that out to my email list, and I'll send it out on Pinterest, and I'll write a blog about it. And that's positioning yourself, so like using your keywords so people can find you, and you're positioning yourself as the go-to person to help someone with that transformation. And you are putting yourself in places that people will find you, basically. Okay, so next question. I'm getting better. I hope that answered your question on that one. If it didn't, please do let me know below, and I'll come back and answer it later. Next, so I'm getting better at putting myself out there, but I'm still backing away from actually approaching people. What's the next step? So you get invisible, and people are seeing you, people are engaging, but you're not reaching out for the sale, or you're not asking for the sale. Okay, so I'm going to be completely transparent with you right here. Most of my sales go on in Facebook Messenger. Most of my sales, I'd probably say 80% of my sales go on through Facebook Messenger or Instagram message. And the reason for that is because, like, it's okay. I'm not slating funnels or digital or anything, or emails, and emails also. A lot of my sales go on emails. But there is something about that human touch, yeah? And having a sales page isn't always going to give you that human touch. So there are a few things that you can do through your sales pages to give that human touch, things like doing video, making sure there's a video right at the top of your sales page, or linking to a video, which will help people build that like, know and trust factor with you. Now, if in terms of selling to a community that you already know, that you've already built that connection with, then it's not such a problem. It's never a problem, but it's not, you're going to convert excuse me, you're going to convert higher than you would if it's completely cold. But through Facebook Messenger and through having that actual conversation with people properly, is just that. You're having a conversation with people properly. Like, you understanding what they need, and you're asking them what they need. So I might ask someone, what happens? This is the process that usually happens. Someone will see the offer, they'll go to the sales page, and then they'll need more information, or there'll just be something within their personal buying process that's not been met. So one of their needs won't have been met. So they might feel like they need to speak with someone personally. They might feel like they need to get some social proof to see the credibility of the person that they're wanting to work with. And if their needs are not met, then there'll have to be another touch point. So a good way of overcoming that, if it's the personal touch, which is what most people need and most people want, is to add like a pop-up on your sales page which says, how can I help you further, or do you have any more questions? And that can go straight through then to your Facebook Messenger, and that's what we have. And that's why most of the sales are closed completely on Facebook Messenger. So reaching out to people and saying, what do you need help with, and how can I help you with that? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that as well. So there is nothing wrong with that at all. You just making sure that you are giving what is right for that person. And also, don't be afraid of telling someone if you don't think it's right for them, and signposting them to somewhere else, because you want to work with people that are going to get the transformation that you're providing, and so you need to fully align yourself with that. I hope that answered your question. I think that was Christy's question. If it didn't, please let me know, and I'll come back and answer any more questions. Okay. How do I attract new, fresh people into my community? So I think that I've already answered this a few times, but I'll be very specific just to answer this question. How do I attract new, fresh people into my community? So the way that I find the best way to do this is through Pinterest, and reaching out to other people in other communities, and providing the support that you need. So a few things that I do is I've got freebie opt-ins. So like the money program at the moment is our free content, and that's what I want to help people with. That's the transformation that I want to take people through, to go from having a scarcity money mindset to having a thriving, abundant money mindset. And I then find other Facebook groups which are completely aligned with what we do, with our target audience and our dream clients, and I will reach out and put a post in there offering the free content for people to go to. What I then do is you'll sign up for the opt-in with your email address and your name, and then it'll redirect you straight to the Facebook group. And then in the Facebook group, I can support you by doing these kind of lives, by putting out the free content, and by just showing up and asking questions to see where I can help you and where I can support you. So that's one way. And Pinterest is super. We've got some content coming in the membership for that. But just again, writing blogs that support people with the questions that they're asking, and then pinning images into Pinterest using the keywords, which will then help attract people into your community. Hope that answered your question. If it didn't, please let me know, and I will come back and answer the question later. So the next question, I did tell you we've got a lot of questions. So if you've got any questions, just pop them in the comments below, and I'll answer them at the end. So the next question is, how do I know what action to take and when to be able to get new clients? Tony, yeah, super, I'll catch you up soon. How do I know what action to take when in order to get new clients? So I've been speaking about this quite a lot lately over on the Facebook page, and what really, really infuriates me is people, like, you see all these sponsored ads of people saying, download my freebie to the 6 steps you have to take to get your 6-figure business. And it is completely bullshit. Like, what you need to do is you need to tap into yourself, and you need to ask yourself, what do I need to do right now in order to show up for the people that need my support, that need me to take them through that transformation, in order for them to then buy from me and me have that exchange with them. Yeah. So I can tell you what I do, and I can tell you what works for me, and I can tell you what works for my clients, and I can tell you what works for the people that I work with. But really, you need to just ask yourself what's going to work for you, what's going to tap in with, when you've tapped in with yourself, what's coming up, you need to answer your own questions. So, just really kind of feel into yourself, and the best way to do that is to meditate on what it is that you need to do and what action you need to take. And the best way that I do this is I think to myself, how do I want to feel? I want to feel creative, I want to feel fun, I want to feel playful, I want to feel like everything's exciting and everything's an adventure. And so when I meditate, I ask myself, to be able to feel like that, what action do I need to take today? And then I show up as that person and exchange, and then get sales, because I'm taking the action that I feel is right for me in my business and what I do. I'd also say, and that this is an actionable step that you can do, is get really clear on what it is that you're selling and when you're selling it. So when you understand the transformation that you're taking people through, you need to know what do you need to do to show up and provide that support. So is it through written content? Is it through a guided meditation that you can record and send to people? Is it through a one-to-one coaching? And then just map out the programs that you're going to provide, or the free content that you're going to provide, and then put that out there, and then ask for the sale. Always ask for the sale. So I hope that answered your question. If it didn't, please let me know, and I'll come back and answer any more questions later. So the next question is, what are the key things to do when in the beginning stages of your business before you even start? What are the key things to do when you're at the beginning stages of your business before you even start? Market research. reach out to people and ask them. So you always need to validate your business idea, always, because there is nothing worse than investing everything into your business and what you're doing to then go and roll it out and nobody wants to buy it. Yeah, so the most important thing is to do the market research, reach out to people and ask. And that can be in the form of just putting a question in your own group, putting a question in other people's groups. I'd say never assume anything, always test and trial, and be open to changing your approach as much as possible, because what works sometimes might not work in a month. What might work for 6 months for you might not work for the second 6 months for you. And so just be open to adapting. But number one key thing is to do market research. How do I use Facebook? Yeah, I hope that answered your question. If it didn't, let me know and I'll come back later. How do I use Facebook as a marketing tool? So as I've touched on, Facebook communities and Facebook groups is my go-to place for, and I was speaking about this in my membership earlier this morning. Facebook groups is my go-to place when I'm looking for support with anything. So if I need to find some information out, I usually search for a Facebook group that provides support with that specific thing. I'll join a couple and then I'll see which ones resonate with me. The one that I like the best I'll then save as a favourite, and that'll be like my go-to place for that kind of resource. Now, I'm not saying that everybody works like that, but that's how I work, because I like to see different people's opinions on different things in an informal manner, and then I like to form my own opinion on that thing. So Facebook groups is an amazing tool that you can use for marketing on Facebook, and really positioning yourself as an expert and really supporting people within your community and really showing up and helping people with what they need help with, and just helping take them through mini transformations in the service that you're providing. Also, Facebook groups, Facebook pages is an amazing place to have like a shop window, I like to call it, and my coach called it, the coach that I first worked with called it a shop window, to think of Facebook pages as your shop window. So people will see in and then they can decide to learn more and click on your button to learn more. So you really want to be showing up as the person that you actually are, and not just trying to please everyone. And that comes back down to really understanding your ideal client, your dream clients, and who you want to work with. But just speaking your truth, make sure you speak your truth, because what you'll find is if you're trying to pretend to be someone, or you're trying to just put something out there for people to if you're trying to people please and not necessarily be true to yourself, then you're not going to attract your dream clients. You need to make sure that you're true to yourself and you're saying and you're speaking from your own tone of voice, and you will attract the people that you want to attract. Okay, next. I hope that answered your question. What should I be doing every day? Oh, another thing on Facebook, Facebook groups. So other people's Facebook groups that you're in have specific days of the week that they have, like marketing days, support days, Q&A days. And so it's really good to have be really clear on when these days are, and showing up in them groups and either supporting other people in them groups, or putting out your content in them groups on the right days of the week. So the next question, what should I be doing every day? This is such an open-ended question, like what should I be doing every day? So I'll tell you what I do every day, but this might not work for you. So, take it with a pinch of salt, and you need to work out what works right for you. But the number one thing, and this is universal, is sales activities. So the first thing that you should be doing every day is sales activities. There should be nothing else that you should be doing unless you've done this. So I don't care about marketing. I don't care about making pretty pictures. I don't care about messing with websites. Sales activity, like what is actually going to get you a sale. So this is the first thing that you need to focus on, but you first need to understand what are them activities for you and your business. So for me, my business, them activities might be following up with recent people that I've spoken to about one-to-one coaching, or following up with people who have reached out to me about websites, that kind of thing. But what is it for your business? So the best thing that you can do is sit down and write down, for you in your business, what would get you sales straight away? Like, what would be the one thing that you could do that would mean you'd be showing up for the people that need your support, that would get you sales every single day? And sometimes it is just asking for the sale, but you need to make sure that you're really clear on what it is for you in your business. Okay, I hope that answered your question. If you have any more, please let me know. So the next question and the last question is, people decide to outsource what I do. How do I overcome this objection? So people decide to outsource what I do. Okay, no, people decide not to outsource what I do. So they decide to just do it themselves. So I think this was copywriting, from what I remember. People decide just to do it for themselves, and I don't know how to overcome this objection. So when it comes to objections, I always say, be really clear before you start selling your product what the objections are going to be. Like, what objections are people going to have? And when I say objections, I mean, what reasons are people going to have not to buy from you? And you want to address these before they actually come up. So if it is that people decide that they want to do it for themselves, and so they save money on it. Now, do they really save money on it? Because it might not work, they might not get the sales that they want, they might not be resonating with their ideal clients because they're not using the right words, because they don't understand how to. It takes time, like the time that they're spending doing that, they could be doing something else or doing some sales activities which make them more money. So I would definitely say, in every single objection, make sure, hi Colette, we're talking about sales and mindset, so if you've got any questions, pop them below. We aren't on the last question, but I'll answer any questions at the end. So what we're talking about is people outsource what I do, and this woman's a copywriter. People don't outsource what I do, they decide to do it themselves. She's a copywriter. So in terms of objections, get really clear on exactly what it is that people are going to have as an objection before they buy from you, and then address them before. So whether that's addressing them on a sales call, whether that's addressing them on a sales page, or whether that's addressing them on the close at the end. So there's just make sure that you're fully 100% clear on exactly what people are going to say, and exactly what reasons people are going to have on why not to buy from you, and then you can overcome them with ease. You can add them into the conversations, you can add them into the sales pages, and you can eliminate them before they even happen. It is really easy once you know what objections people are using to not work with you, and you can just sprinkle it throughout everything that you do. Okay, let's have a look. Tony, she's catching up later. It's been really helpful. Pinterest, here I come. Yeah, we love Pinterest. Okay, so if anybody else has got any questions, please do pop them below and I will answer them later. Thanks for joining me today. Have an amazing day. I'm Rebecca Lockwood, your sales and mindset coach. I'll be doing little dances for you later. Look, see you later.